Let's go, champ.
What's good, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real talk boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people again. I feel great this morning, y'all. I feel great. But I want to get on here and talk about the potential negotiation and potential two-fight deal Canelo Alvarez is talking over with Eddie Hearn about. And the two opponents for that two-fight deal, potential opponents, is Dimitri Bivol, I believe the WBA light heavyweight champion, and also a trilogy match with Gennady Golovkin, which I'm not too crazy about seeing him fighting Triple G again. I'll explain that later. First of all, the big guy Bivol. I remember making a video not too long ago about Canelo possibly needing to stay away from Beterbiev and Bivol because they're dangerous, and they really are, truly are, two champion light heavyweights and who got knockout power. Now, I believe the fight between Bivol and Canelo could very much be competitive. But after listening to a recent reaction of David Benavidez, who has sparred Bivol before, stating what he think will happen in the fight, and he says, listen, Bivol is very, very straight up and down. He's kind of, basic when it comes to fighting. He basically throws the straight 1-2, and Ellie Satback said that he actually saw the sparring match between the two and said that David Benavidez did well. Now, David Benavidez says he does throw the straight 1-2 repeatedly, and you can time that, which Canelo will, but you have to be careful. Excuse me. You have to be careful not to keep your head on the center line and get caught by that straight 1-2 because it'll ring your bell. He said, but, in doing that, he leaves his body wide open. So you can time the 1-2, just stay off the center line, and the body shots are there all day. So basically, but David Benavidez says, we all know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. Bivol is very dangerous, and he could catch Canelo. He said, but in my opinion, I think we all know what's going to happen. Never did state factually, or never did say out of his mouth he thinks that Canelo will knock him out. Well, he did in so many words. We all know what's going to happen. So, if Benavidez has experience sparring with him and he held his own and fared pretty good, they don't want to let too much information out because what happens in the gym stays in the gym. For all I know, David Benavidez could have beaten Bivol's butt in that sparring match, or maybe not. But Ellie Satback said, I was there. He did really, really good. So if David's stating that we all know what's going to happen, then possibly so. Not saying, that I don't believe that, because Canelo is capable of anything when it comes to fighting in the ring. We've all seen how he conducts himself. I think he needs to start a little earlier, though. I know that, and throw more punches. I know that because one of these days he's going to need that. But he's so confident in his ability to catch up with you in those later rounds, he doesn't have to worry about it. But I think sooner or later he will. And it could be possibly against one of these big guys in the light heavyweight division. So I think that's a fight that it definitely will sell. People will watch it. I will watch it. I would buy it. It's Canelo Alvarez versus a young, fresh light heavyweight champion. So why wouldn't you buy it? Stands to make a ton of money. And I do think that Canelo has everything that it takes to beat Bivol, so, but he just has to be careful. Like Benavidez says, keep your head off center line. Now, the second fight, potential fight, is against Triple G. I don't want to see another fight against him and Triple G. I do believe, in my opinion, the first fight Triple G won, and then I think that he came back in the second fight and did enough to win that fight. But, here's this. I'm not saying I don't want to see the fight, because I don't think it would be intriguing or exciting. It possibly could be, because we see that Canelo in both fights really never hurt Triple G. So that mindset is still in the back of his mind. So, I just say apply the pressure. Triple G has had some fights here as of late, and he looked pretty good, but it's been a while since he's been back in the ring. Now, my honest opinion, we are years past those two fights, and Canelo still looks the fresher of the two, definitely the younger of the two. I do see Canelo coming in and winning this fight much easier than he did that second fight, in my opinion. Because no matter what anybody says, Father Time catches up with you. Father Time, just makes you stop doing certain things that you were able to do when you were 5, 10 years younger. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see this fight really. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who want to see it, but for me, I don't. I just really don't want to see it. I'd watch it, definitely. Would I pay for it? Probably, but I just don't. To me, Triple G is old news. You know what I'm saying? And but listen, he's still relevant, and the fight could very much so be made. I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. The first time I was, but after that, I just the fight just didn't do it for me. Even though it was an exciting fight, it just didn't do it for me, man. It was. I don't know. I really can't explain it, but I'd much rather see him fight someone else, like Benavidez, like maybe Charlo, like maybe Demetrius Andrade. Even another light heavyweight. If he beats Bivol, then fight better BF. You know what I'm saying? But whatever the case may be, whoever he fights, he's standing to make at least $100 million. You know what I'm saying? Because he's talking about a 2-fight deal for $85 million for Eddie Hearn in the zone. And that ain't even talking about the gate fee, the freaking pay-per-view and all that he's going to have a share in. It's going to be nuts. Big money to make for Canelo Alvarez. So I'm excited either way to see who he's going to fight and see if he's actually going to sign a 2-fight deal with the zone. Hopefully it goes through. It should. But what do you think about this? Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till next time, Real Talk Boxing. I'm up and I'm out of here, baby. Bye.